So imagine you waking up in the morning with this feeling of excitement and tension because you know that there's a chance of you meeting somebody, there's a chance of you finding love or something like that. So you have your bath, you dress up, you spray perfume, and you head out to the venue of a dating game show, only for you to hear this as you walk into the set. It kind of reminds me of a firing squad, but in this case, you'll be alive and live long enough to see your videos come back and haunt you for a long time to come. But we are in late 2024 and game shows like Pop the Balloon, 20v1, the Hunt Game Show, and Smash or Pass have become very popular on social media and on the internet because they generate some of the most mean-spirited, savage, embarrassing, and humiliating moments that can be found anywhere on social media and on the internet. But for some reason, some people seem to like this kind of content because they are quite shocking and create viral moments that make you feel something, whether you like it or not.
Hello, so tell me, what's your name? What you done now?
My name is Besha. I'm just a body.
What? A body?
Yeah.
Hey! So what's the body?
Girl, that body vibe.
Oh my god.
I'm just that kind of girl that give you vibe. Yeah.
So that's what you do?
Yeah.
That's what you do for a living?
Yeah.
You're a body for a living?
Yeah. I'm a body for a living.
That said, there are a lot of people that don't seem to like this kind of content because of the humiliation, embarrassment, and cringe that is felt when you watch this kind of content. So in this video, we're going to explore why this type of shows exist, what the creators and participants hope to gain, and why viewers keep coming back for more. We'll also touch on some of the more psychological aspects like sadism and groupthink, and why shows like this might be doing participants and society as a whole more harm than good.
Wait, before we start, anybody I get to, you gotta give me a 360.
Straight up.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about something that you've probably come across on social media, which is humiliation content, specifically viral challenges like Pop the Balloon or Find Love, 20v1, the Hunt Game Show, and Smash or Pass. At first glance, these videos seem like harmless fun, just people playing games and laughing, but it's hard to ignore the second embarrassment and negativity that is often emitted from these videos. But before we go any deeper, a very short history on how we got here. Humiliation contents like Pop the Balloon and the rest have their roots in early reality TV and the internet culture as a whole. But the specific forms of these viral challenges started becoming popular on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and other social media sites in the mid to late 2010s. It's unclear who created the concept or when it first hit the web, but a very popular YouTube channel called Jubilee is one of the first channels to popularize the new style of games with their speed dating game shows around the late 2010s. But as the years went by, other YouTube channels, seeing how popular this genre was becoming, decided to get in on the action, and before we knew it, everybody came up with their own variations. Soon the internet exploded with this type of content. Now, one of the more popular formats of these particular game shows is Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where contestants are brought out to face a line of singles, each one of them holding an inflated balloon. If the singles like what they see, they hold on to their balloon. If not, they are free to pop one at a time, often in fact before a person even has a chance to talk. Many other versions of these shows have sprung up over time, including Pop the Balloon to eject the least attractive girl or guy on the Hunt Game Show. There's also the gay version, then there's the version where contestants are rated based on their body types, and there's the new ones that feature older people, among many others. Other formats of this dating game show include Smash or Pass, which typically involves participants expressing if they find other participants of the opposite gender sexy enough to have sex with them or if they are not interested. Then there's the 20v1 where one star participant, usually a popular person, swipes to choose who they find attractive or not. There's also so many other variations of it that have sprung up over time. Now, it's very important to note that not all internet dating game shows qualify as humiliation content, especially if they have strict rules concerning respect and diplomacy. But there are many who fall under this category called humiliation contents because of the toxic natures of the shows and because of how the creators designed it. That said, As a rule, humiliation content often focus on superficial aspects like looks and standards rather than personalities and values.
May I ask where you're from?
I'm from South Sudan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm African, but honestly, I like Americanized African men. He's just a little too African. Not in any insulting way, honestly.
I'm not, if you know me. You'd be surprised.
That's
not,
acceptable.
not at all.
So what made you say he's too African?
I think the strong facial features, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And which part of Africa are you from?
I'm half Kenyan, half Ghanaian, so I'm like East and West.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
You're very, very local because I can't even work with you. Because my friends will even make jest of me working with you. You're too local and you're not presentable.
And you are not local.
I want a lady.
Look at yourself.
I want a
Are you not local?
No, I'm not.
Are you not local?
I'm not local. I want
Look
a
at
man.
what you are putting on and you are demanding 1.2. Look at what you are putting on and you are demanding 1.2.
What am I putting on?
My friend, go
What
and
makes him not your type?
He's too slim, and just I think the hair. I just don't feel like braids is like something for an older guy in his 30s. Just my opinion. And
Because many of these videos judge people based on how they look and act in that specific moment instead of who they are at their core. And that's because of the unnatural setting where people are being judged on the spot or have very limited time to express or show who they are. Because many people cannot really be themselves when there's a line of people in front of them and there's a microphone and there's light and they are being recorded. Come on, it's not natural now. Most people cannot exactly be themselves in that kind of setting. But the thing is that many of these videos rely on shock factor to grab attention, which is key to getting engagement in this our new era of short attention span. However, this shock factor often comes at the expense of somebody else's dignity. For creators, the goal is to maximize engagement. The more awkward or humiliating the situation, the more likely it is to go viral. There's also the sadistic element where participants are deliberately put in uncomfortable positions to entertain viewers who enjoy watching other people struggle. One thing I noticed about this type of content is that many of these creators that create this type of show find somebody that is obviously unqualified when you compare to the other people that are on the lineup. So you put very beautiful women, now go and bring one guy that has a certain type of look, or put attractive men and bring one type of girl that you know that this type of guys would reject her. What do you think will happen? You now record it and present it to the internet. That seems exploitative to me, and I feel a lot of people feel that way too. Viewers are drawn to this type of shows for instant gratification, quick laughs and surprises. However, the instant pleasure comes with long-term consequences, especially for participants. Many of these challenges revolve around rejection, which can harm people that are already dealing with insecurities and social anxiety. Public humiliation or rejection, even in a playful context, can deepen a person's self-esteem issues. Some participants may laugh off rejection and see it as a win, but for others, the experience may linger in their psyche, worsening feelings of inadequacy and social awkwardness. While these challenges may seem like harmless fun, they often have serious emotional impacts on those that are involved in it, the participants and all that. While humiliation-based shows like Pop the Balloon and others are often known for awkward and embarrassing moments, they usually offer some positive aspects when approached with the right mindset. These shows provide lighthearted entertainment, especially when participants don't take things too personally. This allows viewers to enjoy the interactions, absurdity, and humor. For participants, such challenges can be an opportunity for them to step out of their comfort zone, build confidence, and foster a more carefree attitude towards self-consciousness. When done with a good level of maturity, these shows can reflect societal norms and spark conversations about attraction, confidence, vanity, and competitiveness. One of the most civil shows in this space is the Pop the Balloon or Find Love game show with Aleta Mule. The show, which is created and hosted by an African-American lady and her husband, has been widely praised for its mature take on the game format and a focus on love and connection among many of our participants. In fact, there have been several recorded matches among participants, including a marriage proposal, which is actually a very good thing. It means that our intention for the show was to matchmake, which has been able to do successfully. Unfortunately, other content creators that host shows like this usually create a toxic environment where disrespect, humiliation, and mean-spirited exchanges are the norm. Now to the negative side. Humiliation contents tend to attract narcissists and people with inflated egos. This is because this kind of shows gives them a platform to show off and make others feel small, and at the same time inflate their own sense of superiority and grandiosity. These kind of shows are magnets for people who thrive on inflating their ego at the expense of others. You see it on their face, how they excitedly wait for a moment to just deliver a crushing blow on someone's self-esteem. You can see it on so many videos, how they are so in a hurry to just pop the balloon and just bust somebody's self-esteem. They want to just crush you. These kind of people thrive in environments where they can project their own issues on others, using public humiliation as a way to distract from their own insecurities. In many cases, people who dominate in these videos exhibit behaviors tied to egotism and arrogance. They get a kick out of putting others down, and the internet becomes their stage. Unfortunately, this dynamic encourages a culture where being cruel and judgmental is not only normalized but rewarded. Views, likes, and shares all validate their behaviors, reinforcing this circle. Creators know that drama sells and often encourage it. By involving attention-seeking individuals like narcissists, they ensure harsh and judgmental comments that viewers love to hate, or to create a spectacle that attracts attention. Less dominant participants, especially those who may be insecure or eager to fit in, often go along with this dynamic. They don't always realize that by doing so, they are feeding into the egos of these arrogant individuals, often becoming targets of ridicule or projection. This circle of humiliation not only benefits the narcissist, but also fuels a culture where judgment and cruelty are seen as entertaining. The second negative aspect of this type of content is the projection of insecurities. One of the most psychologically fascinating aspects of humiliation content is how it often serves as a mirror for projections. The people who are the most mean-spirited in this kind of videos aren't exactly confident or secure themselves. Most of them are just projecting their own fears and insecurities onto others. For instance, a person who constantly criticizes others for their looks or awkward behavior might actually be deeply insecure about their own appearance or social skills. These projections create a toxic environment both for the participants and the audience. Viewers may start to absorb this negative attitude, normalizing the idea that it's okay to judge or humiliate others, which can ripple out onto how people treat each other on everyday life. The third aspect is that many of these contents are exploitative. So let's address the idea of exploitative content. Many individuals who join these games often don't realize that they are stepping into a situation crafted to humiliate them for entertainment purposes. Although they might laugh it off, there is usually an uncomfortable undertone. You can often see the awkward smiles and forced laughters, which lead to second embarrassment. We empathize with these participants because on some level, we understand that they are being taken advantage of. A major side effect of watching this kind of content is second embarrassment. Most normal people with a bit of empathy often feel uncomfortable when they see other people get humiliated because they imagine how terrible it must feel to be in their shoes. These emotional reactions serve as a signal that something is off, that these situations are not healthy or entertaining, but rather detrimental. The more a person watches this type of content, the more they are likely to start losing touch with their empathy. If we normalize watching others get humiliated or rejected for fun, we become desensitized to the pain and discomfort that other people may be experiencing. Over time, this can make us less considerate in our real-world interactions, as we get used to seeing others' discomfort as a source of entertainment rather than something that we should be empathizing with. Another major negative side of humiliation content is sadism and schadenfreude. Now, there's a darker side to the content creators and the mean-spirited participants involved in humiliation-based content. For some, there's a clear element of sadism. What that means is that they genuinely take pleasure in watching others suffer. Whether it's seeing someone fail a challenge, get laughed at, or experience public humiliation, these creators and participants derive satisfaction from the misfortune of others. This sadistic aspect of their personality is central to the issue, as many content creators design scenarios specifically to embarrass participants for maximum entertainment value. The narcissistic individuals who take part often engage in projection using their own insecurities to put others down. They don't dominate these challenges by excelling at the game itself, but by being adept at tearing others down. For the creators, this dynamic is precisely what they want. It creates compelling content that is exploitative and dehumanizing. This leads to a cycle of schadenfreude among viewers. Schadenfreude, which is a German term, refers to the pleasure or satisfaction derived from witnessing the troubles and failures of others. It refers to the enjoyment people feel when seeing someone else face humiliation or misfortune, especially in contexts where they feel that the person deserves it. Many viewers are drawn to this type of content for the unconscious pleasure it brings them, fueling an ongoing circle of enjoyment that stems from the misfortune of others. Unfortunately, this enjoyment often comes with little regard for the emotional impact on those that are being humiliated or the long-term consequence of their participation. The next negative side of this type of content is groupthink. Groupthink is a phenomenon that occurs when people in a group suppress their individual thoughts or better judgment to conform to the group's way of thinking, often leading to poor judgment and decision making. In a group setting, participants are more likely to abandon their personal values and go along with the crowd, especially if they think that's exactly what is expected of them or if they think it's going to help them fit in. In this simulation-based content, participants often feel compelled to go along with the group's behaviors even if they are uncomfortable with it. They might laugh at things that they don't find funny or participate in stunts that make them feel humiliated, all because they don't want to be seen as the odd one out. This is key to understanding why some participants in these challenges act in ways that they normally would not act if they were alone. Alone, they may decline a humiliating task, but in a group, the pressure to perform and fit in can override their internal alarms. It's the exact dynamic that creators exploit to heighten the drama and discomfort because they know that groupthink will push participants further than if they were present as individuals. This leads to exploitation, which we normally see in this type of shows. The group reinforces the idea that participants have to take part, and if they resist, they risk being eliminated or labeled as weak. It's a very dangerous spiral, one that creators encourage for the sake of views and entertainment. Now, the last major negative side of this type of content is that they are low vibrational. So, whether we like it or not, humiliation contents are inherently low vibrational because they operate on the frequency of negativity, reinforcing feelings of unworthiness, shame, and embarrassment. Creators thrive on this negativity because it keeps viewers engaged. People can't help but to watch disasters unfold, even if it makes them feel uncomfortable. Rejection is a key element to this type of challenges, as someone always ends up being humiliated. For less confident participants, this rejection can sting deeply, lingering long after the cameras have stopped rolling. Whether it's from other participants popping balloons to reject them, or a cruel comment, or public rejection, all this can worsen insecurities and awkwardness. Additionally, such contents often reinforce harmful stereotypes, suggesting that it's okay to mock others who don't fit into conventional standards of attractiveness, wealth, or confidence. Watching a few of these videos can make you feel as if you are losing some brain cells because these kind of clips don't exactly encourage critical thinking or develop empathy. What are the impacts of this type of shows on the lives of participants and the culture? Once something is posted online, it remains there indefinitely. When someone is humiliated in this type of challenges, the videos can be shared and revisited for years to come, generating views and ad revenues for the producers and content creators long after the participants are moved on. Humiliation contents become a permanent part of a person's digital footprint, even if they laugh it off in the moment. There's always a risk that this type of videos can resurface later, impacting job opportunities, relationships, and personal reputation. The permanence of such contents can trap individuals in a moment that they can't escape. Imagine facing public rejection or humiliation, knowing that anyone, including future employers, could find this type of videos years after. This highlights the mean-spirited nature of this type of trends and how the internet can amplify the worst aspects of human behavior. This type of content is quite similar to con in the sense that just the same way somebody that may have starred in a con video may decide to change their life, but the con video is already on the internet forever. It does not matter. You may change your life, give your life to Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, and Krishna at the same time, but your past is on the internet for people to judge. So this type of content have that same type of effect. It doesn't matter whether you have changed, you have become better. The fact that somebody can always go back to this type of your video has a very powerful effect on how people will judge you as time goes on. The ripple effect of the humiliation contents on our culture are quite significant because by normalizing public embarrassment, we reinforce a world where meanness and judgment are acceptable. The internet amplifies these moments, turning private humiliations into spectacles for thousands, if not millions, to witness. The long-term emotional toll on participants are often overlooked. While some may be able to laugh it off initially, the psychological impact can endure well beyond that particular moment. The internet never forgets, and these videos can be shared endlessly, haunting individuals even after they moved on or regret participating in this type of activities. In extreme cases, the public shame can lead to anxiety, depression, or worse. As I said in the beginning of the video, it's important to note that not all internet dating game shows qualify as humiliation content, especially those who have strict rules concerning respect and diplomacy. But the ones that qualify are not really about fun or connection, but they're about exploiting vulnerabilities for shock value. They attract negative energy, arrogance, egotism, and narcissism, leaving behind a trail of second embarrassment and hurt feelings that linger long after the camera stops rolling. Consequently, watching this type of content can erode a person's empathy. As we witness repeated humiliation and rejection, we may become desensitized to the feelings of others, impacting our daily lives and diminishing our ability to sympathize with others who are embarrassed or struggling. Treating these situations as mere entertainment distances us from the reality that these are real people with genuine emotions. This loss of empathy is particularly concerning for younger audiences who are still shaping their understanding of social behavior. If they learn that mocking or humiliating others is acceptable, we risk raising a generation that struggle with compassion and understanding. If you enjoyed what you heard in this particular video, please drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel for contents related to the psychology of pop culture. My name is Kola, and I'll see you on my next videos. Bye for now.